So, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and in case we don't see you later, good night. My name's Richard Duffy. I'm the SAP Business One Product Evangelist, and joining me from the Netherlands is Luc van Alphen, one of the owners of Domani Business Solutions, one of our most successful SAP Business One partners in the Netherlands. So Luke's in the Netherlands. It's about, I don't know, 6:45 in the evening. I'm here in my hotel room in Bangalore, and we're going to take advantage of all this fabulous technology, SAP Connect and Skype and Camtasia, to pull all of this presentation together. And Luke's going to take us through something which is very much aligned with the slide title, something which I think is kind of beyond the imaginary. In 6 months, taking a brand new customer from startup with the starter package to Business One Analytics powered by HANA. So welcome, Luke. How are you?
Hi, Richard. I'm fine. Thank you. Are you?
I am exceptionally well, considering
Yeah.
I've been on the road for 3 weeks here in India, but having a good time with the
So,
Indian partners, who are all very, very keen to hear about your experience with HANA. So why don't you take us through a little bit of the story behind this?
yeah, let's talk about the story from the starter package to HANA in 6 months. Let's start at the beginning. It was the end of September, and we get the order for three starter package users. It was a customer which started seven new companies in another country, and they were looking for some, in the beginning, financial solution. We had some heavy competitors, but we win because we were the only one who offered a complete solution in a starter package license. On the end of December 2011, we got another order for two extra starter package users. And then we further roll out some processes in SAP Business One. And in March 2012, we got the order for an upgrade from the starter package users and an order for additional four SAP Business One users and the order for HANA. So that was the point where we, in 6 months, grow from a starter package deal to a normal, regular SAP Business One deal, and we got the HANA deal.
That's fantastic. I mean, really living
Yeah, that was
proof.
great.
Yeah, living proof that, getting a great start, as we like to say, with the starter package, really does, give you an opportunity then to upsell a customer to full SAP Business One, and obviously more with the order for analytics powered by HANA. So, give us a little bit more of the detail about why they decided to do that, because I think I recall you saying there was something a little bit special about this customer.
Yeah, it was a very special customer. We would say we have a new vertical.
Okay.
It's the second one. We already have had one with livestock.
Hmm.
They have several companies with several activities, and mostly they have all these activities in each country. So they have a wholesale in porks, a wholesale in livestock, a wholesale in feed, in treat manure, but they also now have production of manure. They have transportation in manure, livestock, and grain. So you have to imagine they drive, for instance, from the Netherlands to France with the manure, and then they come back with the grain. So don't imagine you have to eat the grain and then everything is going well. Further, they have a pork farm and they have several financial holdings. And at the moment, they have several activities in the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, and Poland, all by own companies.
Okay, so let me make sure I get this right. They drive to France with the manure, and then they come back with grain.
Yeah,
So is
and the
that
same car, the same truck.
okay? So is that what they actually pay for the grain with the manure? Or no, no, let's not go there. I'm probably going to offend somebody from France if I keep going. So it sounds like a really, really great story that they're involved in so many diverse parts of the same kind of business. And they've got those financial holdings as well across all those countries.
Yeah, sure. And what's happening at the customer is they grow very strong with companies in and over the countries.
Okay.
So original, it's a Dutch company,
Hmm.
and they grow to Belgium, they grow to Germany, they now grow to Poland, and they have several plans to grow further on, and also grow by new companies in each country.
Fantastic. And Business One is helping them achieve that, obviously.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect.
That's no problem. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about the about this story, and I'm going to kind of be quiet for a little while. And for those of you who know me, me being quiet is kind of a little bit hard to imagine. But I'm going to hand the floor over to you, Luke, just to keep going and tell us the story.
Okay, I will tell a bit more about why we sold our HANA and SAP Business One.
Hmm.
First, it's about the expectation in the future because they are very strong growing companies. Now they have 13 companies in 3 countries, but the expectation is over 40 companies in more than 4 or 5 countries. It will grow very fast. What's very special is that currently they have, with all those companies together, just 2.5 gigabyte database in Business One for all the companies together.
Hmm.
But they are growing very strong, and more companies and more business activities means more users and more database.
Wow. So, I mean,
So
sorry, I know I said I'd shut up, but I can't help myself. So, yeah, again, when people think about some of the messaging that we've been putting out about, HANA and what it's about, it's really the message has been about large databases. And I've even had some discussions with some of the analysts who've kind of said, well, is it just about speed, or is it about is it about more than that?
no, it's much more than that because when we look in the small country of the Netherlands and we want to look for customers which have a huge database, maybe we'll find 5 or 10 or 15 of them, but that's not doing business very well with HANA. So we, as Domani, started to look for other opportunities. And what you see below in the sheet is that when we see this customer, they have an international rollout about several countries,
Hmm.
and they have a lot of intercompany processes between the several localizations because they're moving their goods from the one company to another company and also from one country to another country. And what you see is they need connections between also other applications, for instance, for the government,
Yep.
for track and trace the manager, and they have very specific invoice applications for the wholesale manager and also the livestock. So that's special, very special in this vertical.
Right.
And what you see is when you want to report over all those companies in all those countries, the complexity in the consolidation is very heavy, and that was the motivation to make a choice for HANA.
Okay. So then, one of the points that I've always thought was that when people had access to the power of something like HANA, it would open up these new business process opportunities. So this is an example of where that has actually occurred in real life, yeah?
Yeah. When you try to make that complexity of consolidation reports in Business One or to SQL, SQL have to do a really heavy job, and their HANA is the opportunity, and they have another possibility because the
Right.
transport planning is also very interesting for them. And when you see how they plan the transportation all over the companies and also over the countries, it's very complex. So you see a question mark behind it because we are still researching how to do it.
Hmm.
But we can imagine that when you make very complexity, you take the very complexity of transport planning, you can use even HANA for it.
Fantastic. So really, I would imagine when I think of transport planning, and the little bit of exposure I've had with companies who are doing this, what they want to do is run all these potential different routes where they can run their vehicles and then see which one's going to give them the most efficiency and that kind of thing. So I'd imagine that's the kind of thing that they're thinking of with HANA, right?
Yeah,
So,
because it's very complex.
Yeah, and doing those what-if scenarios very, very quickly, which is something that we've seen in the large enterprise as well, where customers have wanted to do that decision support analytics and have wanted to get that information very, very quickly, and HANA's given them that capability. So that's fantastic to see that a small to mid-sized enterprise is doing the same thing. What else would you like to tell us about this particular customer?
When we go to the next sheet, we see that the customer has in-house knowledge of Crystal Report. So for us, that's very well in the project. What also at this customer was special, we didn't start building some reports, because till now we use the standard reports of SAP Business One. And in the project, in 2 months, we will reach the moment where we had to develop all the special reports for consolidation and transportation.
Yes.
So now we don't have to make, we say, a migration, but we have a clean start, which is future-minded. So this customer can start with HANA from the beginning.
That's great.
Building all the reports.
I really like that that way of describing it, having a clean start, but being future-minded, because I think that's one of those things that a lot of companies, when they take on a new system, that's really one of the things that they want to do, is make sure that they're building something with the future in mind. So then the planning process, how did that go, and what was the goal with the go live?
Yeah, the planning process is that end of April, so that's next week Friday, we will do the installation. And directly the first day after it, so it will be in our case the 1st of May, because on Monday we have a public holiday. We will have the implementation, and because of the analysts, we're talking about SAP was positioning HANA in the SME, and they thought it's not possible. We will show them that you can implement HANA in 2 days.
Perfect.
So that's our personal goal.
Fantastic. That sounds like a great goal to have. Now, you said it's a public holiday next week. My understanding is that every day is a holiday in the European Union, but anyway, maybe that's a conversation for another day. So what have you learned in the process that you wanted to share with everybody who's watching this session? Is there any particular takeaways that you've learned that you'll apply in future projects?
Yes, what you see is you have to analyze the products of SAP and make your own opportunities. SAP is just offering the solutions, and they can give you some examples where you can use it. For instance, when we look at HANA for huge data analyzing. But as you see in this project, HANA is also good for other kind of problems in the SME market. For instance, they have a very small database, but they have very complex reports they needed.
Right. And then in terms of the ability of the customer to take the HANA system and deploy it, what was their view on that? I mean, obviously with HANA we're making that available as an appliance. How did the customer feel about that? Was that something they liked? Were they comfortable with that? And what do you think?
We were very comfortable with it. We showed them how HANA was working and how easy it is working, because you have 2 sides of HANA. You have the crystal reports, the static reports, and you have also the solution we call it in Excel, where you can ad hoc ask your questions and take the information you need at that moment and analyze how the situation is.
Yep. So that's the ad hoc analytics with Excel. They like that. They like that capability.
Yeah, that's very flexible, and we think that's the solution an SME customer needs. It's very easy to use. You don't have to know how special databases are working, but you can very easy click and move your information together.
Perfect. So again, I guess we're giving everybody the best of both worlds. If you're the kind of person who walks around with a sign above your head saying Excel spreadsheets are my life, you'll find it very
Yeah.
easy to get used to it. And then with the semantic layer that we provide with SAP Business One Analytics for HANA, it really shields the customer from the complexities of all those database structures. So I guess they get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I think also.
Yeah. So is there anything else that you'd like to tell us about the customer or about the project?
Um, no, the next step is the installation and then the implementation. So maybe in 2 weeks we can tell you if we got our goal and did it in 2 days with the HANA project.
Perfect. All right. Well, I wanted to thank you for joining me and taking the time to do this session. I know that everyone, both inside SAP, our partners, and certainly a number of the analysts will be very, very keen to hear back from you about how the project goes. And again, on behalf of everyone at SAP, without, sounding too overly gushing about this, I just wanted to say, how great it is to have a partner like Domani who've taken, two of these innovations, one an innovation in packaging with the starter package and another one an innovation with technology with HANA, and have been able to put both of those into play in the same customer in such a short period of time. So thanks again, Luke.
Yeah, thanks again to you, Richard. And if there are some questions or we can give some support somewhere on the world, just call. That's no problem.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks again, Luke, and I'll catch you later.
Okay, thank you, Richard. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.